Wagwan guys, what's going on? I hope you're doing well. I cannot complain myself. So it was in the news today that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney had another face-off. They had quite a few face-off leading up to this fight, and this is fight week, so I guess they're having another face-off. And in the first face-off, they had like some exchanges. I think Ryan was the first one to kind of like push him. I'm gonna have that video clipped in here so you can check that out. And then in this like second-ish face-off, that was like just kind of two crews coming together, and then they just face off like that. Now I would say Devin Haney had got the better half of him in that face-off, right? He acted first and like basically pushing him off, where it was vice versa in the first one. But like they had some other face-offs in between that, but it was like strictly, I would say, media day type stuff. So they kind of like had their best, even though they were like talking junk. And like I believe in between one of those media days, like where it was like a serious media day, that's like when Ryan Garcia father calls like Devin Haney dad Bill Haney like a monkey or something like that. Or it was insane. It was ridiculous. So definitely this fight, it's I believe it's a grudge match, and it's definitely like heated on both sides. I believe Devin Haney already mentioned that like after this fight he really doesn't want anything to do with Ryan Garcia, and he's like pretty confident that his ability to win, which if you look at the odds, it looks like he's gonna be literally the favorite. And like you would have to, the odds are crazy. It's like 900 odds. So you would have to like bet like, $1,000 to like for the possibility to even like win 100. So the odd makers are like running with Devin Haney. So it's like is there a possibility that Ryan Garcia can like have like some type of luck? Sure, right? Puncher's luck or whatever. Yes, that's possible. And then even with that, like with just that being the case, having Devin Haney step into the ring with Ryan Garcia with the WBC championship on the belt on the line, it's just like ridiculous. And like the opportunities that Ryan Garcia has right now is really out of this world when you really look at it. And with him coming off that loss to Tank Davis, and people are saying, oh yeah, like maybe he's fighting all these guys a little bit too fast, which arguably could be true, but it's an opportunity. And like hasn't really fought in anybody, really. I don't think anybody with names that I can think of. He's really like a showpiece from like what I've been gathering, because his record does look doctored, I would say, right? And because when you look at it, you have all these different fighters. They got these other type of belts, but I believe like the WBC belt is like, that's basically, that's basically what you would want. All these other belts, that they're all right, but they're just like rankings, which I've heard they're rankings to see an opportunity so you can fight for the WBC belt, basically. So I think that's like the grading curve they have it off of. But anywho, like I was saying, it's an opportunity for Ryan Garcia to be able to hold, the belt, because when you look at it, he has his fan base is out this world. I think he has like 11 million on Instagram. I think Devin Haney has like maybe let's check it out. Devin Haney has 2.8, so almost like 3 M's. And you know what? It's a good opportunity for Devin to get some more eyes. And I believe I've seen some of the interviews. And Ryan Garcia does bring in a crowd. But when you really look at it, I think the Lomachenko fight, people were saying that Lomachenko should have won. But when you look at the people that Devin has faced versus Ryan Garcia. Like Lomachenko is like basically a world class boxer that arguably could be, put in the Hall of Fame of boxing. It's one of those things, right, where all these things play. It's just different factors that play into the business of boxing. And when you look at it, I think when they end up cutting the deal, and it's like it's a 55-45 deal, and I think Ryan Garcia is getting like the 55 because of his fan base that he's bringing in and all that. But I think what was said was he's taking the pay cut now, something similar like LeBron did, so he would be able to make the money later, where in LeBron's case it was so he could win rings, right? And I think, yes, I'm gonna go with Devin Haney for this fight. Now, when Ryan Garcia fought Tank Davis, it was a stoppage. I believe somewhere in the 6th, 7th round, there was a stoppage. He kind of like took a knee because it was like a sick, body shot. Wasn't clean, but it was clean enough. And if you can see the face reaction on it, Tank Davis knew he had him hurt, because when he hit him, he was like, "Ooh," and Ryan was like, "Yep, you got me." He couldn't even put up his poker face. He just had to take the knee. He had to. Now, I'm gonna say this because I don't want to get this too long. And we were talking. We could talk this like for months on end, right? But you got to get in the ring and you got to do it. And do I think Devin Haney gets a stoppage? Me just looking at Ryan. Now, he could walk in that ring and he could be like a different animal or whatever. But it's to a point in time where you have to you got to watch tape, of course. You have to do all that. You got to make sure, you're putting your money on the right guy. But it's one of the situations where he possibly could get a stoppage. I could see it. Devin Haney hasn't knocked out anybody in 5 years. He has maybe 15. He has a few he has a few KOs, TKOs. He has a few of those, right? So does Ryan Garcia versus the people that, he's fought versus Devin Haney, all the guys he's fought. So, when you look at it, Devin Haney's fought better people. He's made those guys go to the canvas. I wouldn't say it was a knockout, but basically he quit in his last fight, that being Ryan Garcia. So it's a possibility that he could get wrung. It's a possibility that we can see a stoppage if he doesn't decide to quit this time. Maybe the ref will step in and call a stoppage to this, right? It's a possibility. I believe it's only best that I believe that could happen. That's something I can see. I may be willing to put money on that. I don't know if he's gonna make weight. Ryan Garcia, he was walking around kind of heavy, and even in the face-to-face when you're looking at him, I think Devin Haney moved up, right? And when he fought Lomachenko, he moved up a weight. He came up to fight him from 135. Because if you've seen on a lot of his fights, I used to always just keep an eye on him. Devin Haney, you could tell they made him drop weight to fight at 135 as long as they could, until it was just impossible to where it was going to be a big jump for him to lose weight for him to cut like that. So they just moved him up in weight, which was good, because even if you look at it, his face was emaciated. You know what I'm saying? If you look, real talk, and I always looked at that, I was like, man, this guy is getting his money, dude. That's just what it is. And so he's moving up in weight. He should be able to carry a little bit more weight, heavier punching, more power behind those punches. So I'm feeling more comfortable as the days go by, you know what I'm saying, to hopefully see a stoppage. Not too sure if that will happen. He stopped with Tank Davis. Who knows? Maybe he stops again, right? And that was his last fight. So that's what I got for you guys. I think Ryan Garcia really, like, because I think he said something like, I got the tweets up there too if you guys want to check those tweets out. But Ryan has really been like tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would feel, and that's why I feel so comfortable with the stoppage, because it feels like he's not really taking this fight seriously. He's like, every other day he's having like a Twitter rant, and like it's a mental side to it, and he's just not there for that. And then when you look at tape and when you listen to, like, you know, the news and the talk around the sport, he really hasn't fought, you know. And yeah, they fought in the amateurs and it was like a 3-3. So this is the seven game right here. You feel me? This one is a tiebreaker. This is the 7th game. You feel me? And it's like, I think that, you know, who knows, right? Amateurs is different from professionals, right? You're not wearing headgear, I believe, anymore. So it's one of those things for me. It's like, if he would have came to this just a little bit more respectful, maybe I would have been like, maybe that would have like got me out of there, right? To where I'm like, okay, you know, I'm gonna just hold on to, you know, I'm gonna hold on to whatever, right? My pick. But this time, like, he just hasn't shown that respect, and he hasn't period to the game or whatever. And it's like, I gotta put money on that. You feel me? I have, it's ridiculous at this point, because it's like, you're showing no respect to the game. You really haven't fought anybody, and like, you guys are like just completely two different calibers, and what you're expecting to happen is just you to like get up for this fight, you know, which Devin Haney is a really good boxer, right? Grade A boxer, you would have to say. He's the top of his class, right? WBC champ, right? So it's like, you're gonna get up, and which the odd makers don't even have you, they're not even favoring you, and you're like not taking this fight serious. And like, just today, like, we're just gonna talk about the things that he said. Like today, he was saying like he's gonna sue Devin Haney because he touched him, and like he identified as like a woman when he was like going to a face off with him. So like, he's gonna just insanity. And you've been, and then like, I made a video about, you know, about him maybe 1 or 2 months back, when his dad had that outburst. And it's like, you can see where these people get it from. His father had the outburst. It's like, how can you know what I'm saying? What do you do then? What's, you feel me? So I'm looking for a stoppage. I think it's very possible. I think Devin Haney just outclassed him, and I'm willing to put some money on it. You know, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is at this point in time. But that's what I got for you guys, man. Peace. I'm out.